We've got to love our enemies. It's tripped out, right? Those that we know, even those we know for a fact don't like us, we got to love them. Watch what Jesus told his disciples in the 5th chapter of Matthew, starting at the 43rd verse, and I'll read to the 48th verse. He says, "You have heard what is said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, to show that you are the children of your Father who is in heaven. For he makes his sun rise on the wicked and on the good, and makes the rain fall upon the upright and the wrongdoers alike. For if you love those who love you, what reward can you have? Do not even the tax collectors do that? And if you greet only your brethren, what more than others are you doing? Do not even the Gentiles, the heathen, do that? You therefore must be perfect, or growing into complete maturity of godliness in mind and character, having reached the proper height of virtue and integrity, as your heavenly Father is perfect." I read this and it hit me. It hit me deep. Because I've always been the type of person who tries to get along with everybody. I do, especially once I get to know you. I want everybody to be my friend. But if you cross me, sometimes it's hard for me, or have been in the past, hard for me to recover. I'm trying to mature and have a little bit, but trying to mature more out of that. Because that's not godly. We've got to learn to love those who we call haters. We can't focus on the things that they're saying against us or the things that they're doing behind our backs or whatever. We have to learn how to love them. Because see, I'm so glad that God loved me enough that while I was yet sinning in my sin, caught up in my sin, he sent his son as a gesture of love to die for me. Not when I said, I'll stop sinning. And no. When I was a sinner, the act had already been done, because outside of time, God knew that I would need a way out. And Romans 5:8 says that he had a way prepared for me. You see, a trait of perfection or completeness or maturity in our lifelong journey is loving our enemies. That's godlike. Loving those who despitefully use you, talk about you behind your back. I'm not saying be a doormat, but love them. They'll probably never go away, but maybe they'll stop hating or stop doing wrong things if we love them out of it. Some of them will learn to love just because you love them first. I wrote a song years ago, and one of the lyrics in that song is, "Your grace and your mercy exceeds our faults." Let's learn to look beyond one's faults and see what they need. Let's try our best to do that. Let's be the God who loved us first and no matter what. And God bless you. Promoting God. It's Emily Mond.